This week in Jamaica Now, sexual harassment or simply inappropriate?
I want to come and have an interview with you as well. That's the reason why I'm here, so just to see your eyes for the first time. It's nice, so hopefully win this game and we can have a drink after.
The latest in the Chris Gayle controversy. Committee probing bad gas saga to present report by month end. Should maths and science teachers get more pay than their colleagues? The JTA and the Education Ministry to hold talks on the matter next week. Female students preying on male teachers, and 2 men charged for the murder of a JUTC bus driver. The details of these and other stories coming up after the break.
Wagwan, Jamaica!
This woman is not afraid of no man, nowhere.
The UK Prime Minister, go back with your money, we don't need it.
We say to this government, do not proceed any further with this agreement.
Mr. Speaker, I think the leader of the opposition is being delusional.
The year in a moment, the countdown of the top 15 stories for 2015 based on your readership of the Gleaner online.
I'm Carleen Brown, and this is Jamaica Now. The president of the MVP Track Club, Bruce James, says he doesn't believe the recent controversial comments by West Indies opener Chris Gayle to a female television reporter were sexist or sexual harassment. Gayle made the comments earlier this week after scoring 41 runs from 15 balls for the Melbourne Renegades in the Australian Big Bash League.
I want to come and have an interview with you as well. That's the reason why I'm here, so just to see your eyes for the first time. It's nice, so hopefully win this game and we can have a drink after. Don't blush, baby.
The MVP administrator believes while Gayle's comments were inappropriate, they were not sexist and did not amount to sexual harassment, as some people have said.
Would you consider his comments sexism or sexual harassment? No, because based on the clear definition of sexual harassment and sexism, his comments don't seem to fall in either of those. Even if they are inappropriate to say in an interview or otherwise, they certainly don't qualify. I mean, sexism is clearly defined as a prejudice against somebody or discrimination against somebody because of their gender. I didn't see him discriminate against somebody. And sexual harassment is bullying or coercing somebody for sexual favors, and I didn't see that either, you know.
The Jamaican cricketer, who has since apologized, has been fined $7,200 by the Renegades for the comments. At the same time, Gayle is suing Fairfax Media for the allegation it published about his interaction with a woman who was working in a dressing room during the 2015 World Cup. The Energy Minister Philip Paulwell has promised to make public the findings of the committee set up to probe the bad gas saga. Jamaicans have been calling for full disclosure from the government, especially since its refusal to name the entities implicated in an initial investigation by the Bureau of Standards Jamaica. The committee has been mandated to submit its first set of findings by month end. 2 weeks ago, 17 gas stations were ordered to close their pumps because they were selling gas alleged to have contained what is called unwashed gum. The contaminated petrol affected the engines of cars, costing operators thousands of dollars in repairs. Should maths and science teachers be paid more than their colleagues? It's an issue that the Jamaica Teachers Association, JTA, and the Education Ministry will discuss at a meeting next week. The government has mooted the idea in a bid to keep maths and science teachers in the classroom.
I'm really going to ask them I have notions, as you know, and I've expressed them as to how we would have to proceed. And the JTA, I'm sure, is aware and sensitive to the same set of facts that I have. And in the collaborative way in which this government does policy, and particularly the Ministry of Education, we call our partners in and say, here is the difficulty. How do we solve it to secure everybody's best interests?
Jamaica has been losing some of its maths and science teachers to other countries, offering higher salaries and better working conditions. But the JTA has objected to the proposal to pay maths and science teachers higher salaries, saying it will send a bad signal in the education sector. In the meantime, the Education Minister is urging teachers to report incidents where students are making sexual advances on them. A Sunday Gleaner report indicated that several male teachers have resigned out of fear after being sexually harassed by female students. The students, some as young as 14 years old, have reportedly been sending explicit photographs and messages to their male teachers seeking to entice them into a sexual relationship. News of the behavior of the female students has been met with shock and condemnation. A January 11 court date has been set for the two men charged in connection with the murder of 51-year-old Jamaica Urban Transit Company JUTC bus driver Albert Barnes. Earlier this week, 22-year-old Garfield Walters and 28-year-old George Ballantyne, both of Bedward Gardens, Kingston 7, were charged with murder, illegal possession of a firearm, and illegal possession of ammunition. Barnes was shot in an attempted robbery while operating a JUTC bus in August Town, St. Andrew, on January 4. He was taken to hospital where he died minutes later. Surveillance camera footage from the JUTC bus had shown the driver being shot by two men. Miss Columbia Universe believes the Miss Universe crown should be shared with her because of the blunder at the December pageant when host Steve Harvey wrongly announced her as the winner instead of Miss Philippines. Miss Columbia, in an exclusive interview on Univision, said she was saddened and humiliated. "I was in bad shape. I cried a ton that night," she said. "In 4 minutes, they destroyed your dreams. They threw it in the bag and they threw it in the trash." But while Miss Columbia believes the Miss Universe crown should be shared because of the announcement blunder, Miss Universe Pia Alonso Wurtzbach does not seem to agree.
I think it would be a little bit difficult for two girls to share a crown, but I have high hopes that this will give great opportunities for me and Miss Columbia and the rest of the contestants.
And that's it for this edition of Jamaica Now, your weekly review of the big news stories. Send us your comments at onlinefeedback@gleanerjm.com. You may tune into Power 106 FM for regular updates. Follow us on Twitter at Jamaica Gleaner and on Facebook at Gleaner Jamaica. I'm Caroline Brown, and before we go, more reactions to the controversial comments of West Indies opener Chris Gayle to a female television reporter in Australia.